Hi everyone, it's Gina Lihan. I've decided to finally post some more videos after being offline for a long time. Some of the techniques that I've been using recently have been amazing because I've been trying them out with so many different people that I'm certain you will find them good. This is the first one. How to find the most critical periods of your Mahadasha. Now, there are so many techniques out there. I mean, there are so many wonderful techniques, and the ancient sages have given us techniques for this, and I'm sure you may be aware of some. But I don't know if I've seen this one anywhere else, so I hope you will find it useful. Here we go. Okay, so what are you going to do? It's very simple. You're going to draw up what is called commonly the DASHA PRAVESH chart. This is the moment your Mahadasha begins. Now, there are very many involved techniques for this, but the easiest one to use is this. You were born at a certain time of day, and if you know your ascendant, exactly, the best way is to use that ascendant degree. So if you know that you were born with 15 degrees Taurus rising or 5 degrees Leo rising, you find the time of day when that degree was rising at the beginning of your Mahadasha. So find the day when your Mahadasha begins. You've got your software, you've got your chart drawn up. You can easily look down your chart of your dashas and find the day it begins, but it won't have any particular time of day. The time of day that's best to use is the same degree rising as when you were born, and make a chart for that. Now, if you don't know exactly what time you were born and your ascendant is not really verified, another very good technique is to use your moon sign. As long as you know that your moon was in a certain sign, then make your moon the ascendant. Okay? So find when that sign was rising. And the best way is to put your moon degree on the horizon if you have it fairly accurately. But if you don't have an accurate ascendant, you often don't know where your moon was either. So, as I say, use your moon chart, but the best chart to use is your ascendant degree. And make a chart for the moment your Mahadasha begins for that day. Okay? So what you're really looking at, what it really comes down to is, it's a transit chart on the day of the beginning of your dasha. But it's a snapshot of the moment when your ascendant was rising that day. So when you've got your chart all drawn up, what is the technique? It's so simple. First of all, you're going to look for where your Mahadasha planet is placed, what house and what sign. The sign is as important as the house. You've got to put the two together, okay? And you can make a whole prediction from that. So let's say you're going to start Mahadasha, and Mars is in the 4th house in Leo. You can make a very important prediction that your home life and everything to do with your home life will be central. Your house, your property, you may be thinking of moving during that Mahadasha, very, very likely. But as it's in a fixed sign like Leo, sometimes you think of moving, but you don't move, or something gets in the way of moving. Fixed signs don't like to move, or don't move easily. So that's one prediction you could make there. But here is the real technique here. Look for the other planets which are in the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th houses. And those will be the bhuktis. Those will be the sub-periods in your dasha that will give you the most critical events. I've seen this work again and again and again. I'll say it again. You look for planets in the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th of that chart. And I promise you, they will be the most critical periods of that Mahadasha. So here's one example now from my own life. So here I'm giving you an example of my Mars Dasha. I think there's nothing better than putting up your own birth charts to help people to understand things. I don't know why more astrologers don't do it. I have Taurus rising, obviously, and so you can see here that this is where Mars was at the beginning of Mars Dasha. And I can tell you without any shadow of doubt that the Rahu periods, the Sun periods, and the Ketu periods were critical. Absolutely critical. Things turned. I'm not going to give you details of my life except to say that in the Mars Sun period, it was crucial for my career, and a major change occurred that completely totaled my life. In the Mars Rahu period, there was a serious health issue and a serious operation. So operations and career changes and so on. And so, and K2 also, in a very intimate way, was a big change for me. So these are the angular planets, and Mars itself being so angular, being in the fourth house, so prominent, means that this was one of the most important dashas of my entire life. So make up your own Dasha Pradesh chart and look at the angular planets, okay? Because these are the planets. These angular planets here, Rahu, the Sun, and Ketu, these are the planets that are going to make or break your life in the Dasha. They're the times, okay? Another thing which you can do is to count. This is really, really, really useful. All of the other planets are going to happen as well. So what is going to be a very critical period is the 8th house from that Mahadasha. So that is Mercury. So Mercury isn't angular, but it's going to be critical also, because 8th house means change. So always watch any planets in the 8th house. Sometimes in the 12th house as well, but there aren't any planets here. So I would always say 8th and 12th, you can't ignore them. But the angular planets, again, these planets here, I'm really messing up this chart now, but I hope it make it very clear. These angular planets are going to give you time periods when things shift. So get your Dasha Pradesh chart and tell me in the comment box below. Please share, did this technique work for you? Now, of course, you can use this with any chart. You can use this with your D1 chart. You can count the houses. You can use it with your D9 chart. You can use it with your D10 chart. But they will only tell you about that particular area. So the D9 chart will only relate to relationships and your Dharma, the D10 chart to your career and so on. But this Dasha Pradesh chart is very, very special because there's something about the moment when things happen, the moment when your new Dasha begins, that is almost mystically astounding, I think, because it's one moment in time. Whereas your D9 is set, your D10 is set, and you're just working out those karmas. So it's exciting to do. Please tell me. I hope it worked for you. Okay, good luck, everyone.